In this video, I'm going to take you through how to input or how to find the determinant and the inverse of a matrix. Now, the inverse is really just a negative power. So if you've watched the previous video, you can find a negative power. But I will still show you anyway. So we're going to start by adding a calculator. I'm going to create a matrix. For those of you that haven't seen previously, it's this little button here with the modular sign, a square, parentheses, and a fraction, just to the right of the number 9 and the left of the book. So I press this button here. I'm going to start by creating a 2 by 2 matrix. Now this is one of the examples in the PowerPoint that I've already created. This is a matrix with 2 rows, 2 columns, and the title A, or labelled A. So I'm going to actually give him a value so I can find that. Let's start by putting in 6. Remember, we have to hit tab in between to get from one space to the other, or one position to the next position. 2, 8, and 3. Now if you hit tab again, it moves that cursor to the outside. Hitting control and the VAR, variable button, but I actually want the function above the stow, which is why I've hit control. It's like the shift button. I'm going to give that the letter A and hit enter. Now anytime I type A and then hit enter, again, it gives me that same matrix. Now to find the determinant, we need to use our menu. So third button down, I've got menu, and we're scrolling down to matrix and vector. I need number 3 for determinant. So at the moment you've gone menu 7, 3. 3 for determinant. It already gives me the DET with the open bracket. And from this I type in the letter A. Then I close my bracket down on this left-hand side here and hit enter. Now this is a question that I actually completed in the textbook and in the PowerPoints, and it is, the answer should be 2. There we go. So the answer is 2. Doing a 2 by 2 matrix, finding the determinant and the inverse is fairly straightforward if you're doing it by hand. Once you move to a 3 by 3, calculations I'm not exactly sure of, but it does get significantly trickier. Now to find the inverse of A, I would type in A, then I'd use the power symbol, which is this little hat over the side here, and I would type in negative. Now I'm using this negative in the brackets as my negative, not the minus sign, and the number 1, and hit enter. Again, this is I can confirm it's the correct solution because I calculated in the book earlier, from the book earlier. But A to the negative 1, or A inverse, is 3 over 2, negative 1, negative 4, and 3. Now it's given me 3 over 2 as a fraction, but really I want it as a decimal. What do? I hit control and then I hit enter. And this changes the 3 over 2 to 1.5. This little approximated sign just above the enter is what I've found. Sometimes you could have 28 over 3. It's going to be 9.3 recurring, but it's going to come up with 9.33 as an approximated solution, although it is not the correct solution. When you get into Year 12 further maths, keep it in fraction form because it keeps it cleaner and and it's not approximated, it's the actual value. Now I'm going to move on and enter a 3 by 3 matrix. Same concept or same procedure, same method. I choose my matrix. I'm going to call this matrix B. So I want a 3 by 3 matrix. So all I do is I hit tab through this. Oops, one tab too many. 3 by 3. I'm going to type in the numbers. Now I'm cheating a little bit and using my keyboard rather than the mouse. It's a little bit quicker. But remembering each time I do enter an element, I hit tab. So 3, negative 1, and 0. Negative 1. Now it does keep showing up as this minus, but that's just the way that my keyboard works. It is in fact this minus. Negative 1, 1, 1, and 1, 2, 1. Oops, 1. And tab once more. That moves the cursor to the outside. Remembering to store it, control, stow, and we're going to call this one B. So to find my determinant, I can type in DET, then open my bracket, or, and I'm going to pop in B close my bracket and enter. Or I can go menu 7, 3, B, close the bracket and enter. Again, still -5. It doesn't matter whether you type in that DET with the open bracket or whether you can get through your menu reasonably fast. Now to find the inverse of B, again, B, the little hat symbol on the side or the shift, and type in -1. Press enter. Done. But we haven't done a lot of fraction forms, so I want that in decimal. Control, enter, decimal form. As I said, keep it in fraction form because that's what the further maths assessors are looking for, just in case you do approximate and you could potentially lose marks on that.